Okay, hello guys. So I kinda changed this channel up a bit, and I just want to talk about just whatever I feel like talking about that day. So we'll just play some Minecraft together, you can, and have some fun, and we'll talk about random subjects that I think maybe some people can relate to. And this is not like advice or anything. I just think I like to talk about stuff, and maybe y'all can relate. So, if you're new here, my name's Oliver, and I like to play Minecraft, so that's what we're gonna do today. And mushrooms are on the leaves, and so that's what we're gonna do today. That should be fun. Today, I want to talk a little bit about motivation and what I think, why I lack motivation, and what I think can help people who struggle. Maybe not really advice, but just my personal experience. And so yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit about that because I recently it's getting to summertime and stuff, and I'm trying to get off my phone more and be more present in what's actually happening around me. So I did change a bunch of settings in my phone to try and make myself not want to be on it. And although it has made my phone less enjoyable, I still gravitate towards the phone whenever there's nothing else, whenever I'm bored or I don't have something to do. And I feel like something that so many people don't understand is that it's okay to be bored. Just be bored, look around you, go take a walk outside, just do anything. But I feel like we always grab our phones the moment we're bored to consume something that doesn't stimulate our brain in any positive way. It's just mindless scrolling or information that we don't need to consume. We just do it because we don't want to be bored. And I feel like that's something so many people do it because we don't like to be bored. We're so used to constantly scrolling or doing something that stimulates us that we don't know how to just be bored anymore. Before electronics, kids would find all these different ways to entertain themselves. They would go outside and, they'd have to come in when the street light was on, and they'd do whatever their little minds could think of. They'd make up stuff, throw rocks or whatever it is, make mud pies. But now that we have, a phone, we care so much about what other people are doing. Oh, what did my friend post? Oh, is my friend online? Why are they not texting me? This and that, where you don't realize there's so much around us, and that sometimes it's okay to just sit back and be bored. You don't constantly have to be chasing something, chasing whatever it is that TikTok may or may not give us, or all these other social medias, or whatever it is. So I think that's what I've been trying to realize lately, is that it's okay to just take a moment and sit down and just look around you. Go outside and look at the cloud gaze, and look at all the silly shapes that they make, things that you used to do so much as a kid, and that you just don't do much anymore. You don't go and try and skip rocks or just sit outside and just exist, So that's what I've been trying to do, is just be off my phone and be more present. But also something else, a lot of times when I start a project, for example, I was writing a book a while back, and about 2 chapters in, I suddenly just stopped writing the book, and I haven't gotten back to it. And I really want to go back to writing this book. And then after that first book, I got bored in that first book, I started writing the second book. I thought, oh, maybe this one's just not good enough. And I started writing a second one, and the same thing happened. A few chapters in, I just kind of stopped writing. I still wanted to finish it. I wanted to add more chapters and, expand on the characters and everything. And instead of sitting down and, writing and brainstorming, I found myself just scrolling on my phone, mindless information, whatever, seeing what my friend posted, or stalking somebody, or, checking someone's repost. So what is this person talking about? What is this person doing? And I don't know why we care so much about what everyone else around us is constantly doing. There's so much happening right around me, yet I'm so focused on what my friend just posted on their Snapchat story, or what's the latest trend on TikTok. What funny thing can I post that'll make people laugh? Like, that I don't take a moment to just breathe and do something that actually makes me happy, that I actually enjoy doing. Like going out with friends, or I like listening to music, or just going outside in my backyard by the creek and listening to the water run as we're listening to music, or taking a walk to the park near my house and just being a kid again. Like I graduate next year, and I feel like so many of the last few years of my life have just been spent constantly mindlessly scrolling on my phone. Like my average screen time was like 12 hours a week. Like average daily, like 12 hours a day, average screen time. That's like half of your day wasted looking at a screen. I mean, granted, about 4 hours of that is just calling people and having them sitting next to me. But that's still 8 hours. That's the amount of time, the amount of sleep you're supposed to get a day. 8 hours was spent just scrolling and consuming information on my phone that I'm never gonna use. I watched this funny video of whatever it is, a funny video of a funny cat video, and then 3 hours later I'm not even gonna remember it exists. It's like, but if I went outside and I took a walk and I took in the birds chirping or I went and hung out with my friends, that's a memory that I could keep forever. I'm never gonna remember the funny cat video that I watched on Thursday night that I thought was so funny that I had to show everybody and spam my friend with 50 videos. I'm not gonna remember that in 20 years. But if I have a really good day and I go do something really funny and I go walk around town and do weird adventures, that's something that I'm gonna remember. But so yeah, that's just what I feel like talking about today. Is just like, get off your phone. Like, if I can give one piece of advice to like people, like I don't like saying like new generation or like comparing generations. Everybody is screwed. The whole like society is just in a place right now where we use technology to just escape whatever is happening around us because it's stressful or politics or this or that. But so we gravitate to technology to escape reality, I guess. But then we get so sucked in to social media and everything that's happening in the online world that we really forget about the real world. We forget about what's actually happening around us. I bet you get your daily coffee in the morning, and instead of standing in line and, I don't know, looking out the window or like just zoning out, like just being bored for a moment, you pull out your phone and you look at your friend's Snapchat accounts while you're waiting for your coffee to come out. And because we're so consumed in the online world, you might not notice that there was a guy walked by wearing a funny shirt that you probably would have laughed at if you noticed it. And you might have remembered that and been like, hey, told your friend later, like, hey, I saw a guy today, he was wearing a really funny shirt, like, it made me laugh while I was standing in line for coffee. But we're so consumed on the online world that we really don't notice what's actually happening around us anymore, because the real world is slowly, like, meshing into what is the fake world, the online world, and it's slowly becoming the same thing in our brains, like, oh, everything is online, like, this is the world right now. And it's like the latest trend becomes everything. It becomes everything you talk about. Oh, did you see this funny TikTok video? Did you see this Instagram? Oh my god, did you see what this person posted? Did you see what that person posted? But, just take a walk. Take a walk around your block. Go to the new coffee shop that just opened up in town, or treat yourself too. Or even if you're not going out with friends, go out alone. Go to a new restaurant that just opened up in town, or somewhere you've never been before, a restaurant you've never tried before, and eat something you've never eaten before. That's something you'll remember. It's something you'll be like, oh yeah. You might talk about, hey, I went to this new restaurant, it was really nice, maybe we should go there sometime. Or even if you just go with your friends and just sit down and listen to music together. You don't have to talk about the latest trend or anything. Just go to the park and just take a walk. And talk about your day. Talk about what you did yesterday. Talk about just anything. Anything that doesn't have to do with your phone. Just put your phone down for a moment and just live in the present. Look around you. Or, I don't know, go to the thrift store. The thrift store is fun. Look around and maybe you'll find, a really cool hoodie that you've always wanted for like $2. And that's like, oh yeah, you can talk about that. Hey, I got this really cool sweatshirt. I thought it was amazing, and I got it for super cheap, like $2. It was like the best thrift I've ever found. Like, just go do something you've never done before. Like, hey, if you've never been, if there's something that you've always wanted to do, like maybe you've always wanted to like skateboard, but you've never gotten into it, go skateboard. You don't have to be good at it. Just go try, Practice makes perfect, and it's like, just really, if I can give any advice, it's just put your phone down for just, so, like, a few hours a day. Like, if you find yourself reaching for your phone, just put it down. You don't need it. You don't need to scroll TikTok, or you don't need to see what your friend just posted on their Snapchat story, or whatever happened, If you're still, in, elementary or middle school, you'll see them at school the next day. You don't need to constantly see what they're doing online. You can talk about it at the lunch table, like, hey, what did you do last night? Bro, I went to this super sick, new place, and I had so much fun, or whatever. You don't constantly need to know what's happening in other people's lives, or you don't need to constantly know what's going on in the news. Oh, what's the latest thing this politician said, or, oh, what's this happening? Back in the day, they had to wait for the newspaper to come around to figure out what was going on. They didn't know what was happening countries away from them until, unless it landed in a newspaper, or, someone told them about it. We have so much news nowadays, online, on the TV, that we can just constantly consume all this knowledge. That isn't really, we don't constantly need to know all of this, so, just take a step back and just realize that there's so much more happening currently around you that is so much more important than anything you could possibly see on the phone. Maybe if you just go out and, even just go sit at a park, listen to your own music. Maybe sit, at a picnic table at the park, and, when someone comes up, say, hey, how's your day? Spark a conversation. You'll never know who you'll meet, who you'll run into. Maybe you'll run into someone really cool, my friend today, he went to the top, he was at the park, and he was just sitting, and he ended up running into somebody, who actually wrote some of, a famous person's band's, songs, and they actually were, a vocalist for them, they sung, and he was like, bro, that was, the coolest experience ever, because he went out and he put his phone down, and he was in the present, and he met this really cool person, and he had a great time. It was a great experience talking to them, and they said, they were such a cool person, and they had so many, cool perspectives and things to talk about. So, I think, teenagers and young people, even me, I will admit, I'm on my phone way too much, and that's what I'm really, trying to, wean off of it a little bit, I catch myself going on my phone, and instead, I walk outside and I look at the clouds, or I just take a deep breath outside, Just go breathe outside. Go watch the cars drive by on the street. I don't know, maybe you'll see like a really cool car, like, I don't know, some Lamborghini or something. Like, there's just so much more to the world than what we see on our phones. Our phones are slowly, like, and all this AI and stuff, like, we're slowly just getting stupider. We're slowly not, like, we're losing the ability to think for ourselves and come up with our own opinions because we're so focused on conforming to what society wants us to be, to thinking what society wants us to think, that we're slowly all becoming just like, we're becoming AI at this point. Like, AI is training us, and like, we're losing the ability to come up with our own ideas, to have our own opinions, because we look at TikTok and we're like, oh, this person got so much hate for thinking this, so, you know, it's just easier to blend in and to think what everyone's thinking, to agree with whatever the person next to you thinks, because that way they won't judge you, or you won't get hated, or, you know, you can feel included. But the people who actually care about you won't care, and who you'll truly like mesh with, like your true friends, you'll probably have the same opinions, and if you don't, you agree to disagree. Not everyone needs to think the same thing, you know, like, I don't care if you like that song, or if you like one artist, or if you like another, like, you know, if we hang out and you start playing a song that I don't like, maybe I'll listen to it, like, you know, we don't have to, or like, if you like really like a band, and then someone's like, oh, that band sucks, it doesn't matter. You can like whatever band you want. Like, I feel like we're so used to being like, oh, they don't like it, so I won't play this around them. I won't play this around them, that way that they don't get annoyed, or they'll like me. They'll still want to hang out with me. But you should hang out with people who doesn't care, who enjoys all of those things about you, who actually wants to get to know you. Like, you know, when I'm at school or whatever, you know, I dress and act a certain way because I want people to think that they know exactly who I am. Like, oh, look, they're so stereotypical. I want them to think that they know exactly who I am. And then the people who actually care to get to know me will then realize, once they get to know me, they'll be like, bro, who the fuck are you? Like, you are not at all like who I thought you were when I met you. And that's what I want it to be, because then you have it's easier to know who truly actually wants to get to know you, and who just doesn't really care, who just is like, oh yeah, this is just another person that I talk to, that I can hang out with when I'm bored, or when I have nothing else to do. So just be yourself, man. Like, don't worry about the latest trend or what the pressure is. Don't like, oh, everyone's buying this new item, you know, I have to get it too. You don't have to get anything. Buy whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Like, if everyone is wearing Nikes but you like Converse, wear Converse. Or if everyone's wearing Converse but you like Nikes, wear Nikes. It doesn't matter. Wear whatever you truly want, because that's all that matters, is what you think about it. And there's no need to conform to society's standards of who they think you should be. You can love whoever you want to love. You can be whoever you want to be. And I don't care who you are, what your gender is, or your pronouns, or what music you like, or if you wear expensive designer, or if you go thrifting all the time and all your clothes is from a thrift store. You're you, and you deserve to be cared for and loved, and to have friends and be happy and do whatever freak you want to do, because life is all about doing what makes us happy. We only have one life. We shouldn't spend it conforming to whatever society wants us to do. So yeah, I just really just do whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. Go, just be happy, man. And I don't mean that as in oh, if you're depressed and sad, just be happy. No, I don't mean that. But if you're having a hard time, just try to do one thing a day that you really enjoy. Like, if you really enjoy, like, writing, try to write for 30 minutes a day. Or if you really enjoy listening to music, listen to music when you wake up, or take a walk and listen to some music as you walk. Or if you really like working out, try and do like a 30-minute workout each morning when you wake up. And then that will really help the rest of your day, like give it some structure, like when I wake up, I'm gonna do my 30-minute workout, and then the rest of the day is mine. I can do whatever I want, and it doesn't matter. So that's just, I probably said some stuff that'll make people angry, but this is just what I truly believe. Like, just be whoever you want to be. Believe in whatever you want to believe in. Love whoever you want to love, and do whatever the heck you want to do. And put the phone down. It's not helping you in any way to mindlessly doom scroll on whatever social media you may or may not use. Whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook Reels, I don't know, whatever it is. Put it down and be in the present for a moment. Because you'll open your eyes up to so much more, and it truly is such a freeing experience to just go take a walk and listen to the birds chirp and hear the sound of the guy mowing his lawn down the street, or each car that goes by, what color it is. Oh, look, I've seen 3 purple cars, 2 red cars, a black car. It just really is so freeing, and it gives you a whole new perspective on everything when you really just live in the present for even just a few days. Now, I'm not saying throw your phone away. Maybe you talk to some friends on there occasionally. Maybe you have online friends, or you really have to communicate with someone, or you need 20 minutes a day to scroll, whatever. 20 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, or even instead of scrolling TikTok, go to YouTube and watch a long form content video. Because truly what I've noticed after truly being addicted to TikTok for so long is my attention span is not as good as it used to be. It's really hard for me to even sit through movies and stuff, because I'm so used to scrolling 30-second, minute videos that my focus is, I also probably have ADHD, which is also a thing, but really TikTok has affected me in a lot of ways, and I'm really not proud of how much I've been on there. So recently I deleted it off my phone, and slowly I've been noticing that I can focus on things longer. I can write, I can finish my whole journal page without picking up my phone in between to check TikTok. I can listen to music for 30 minutes without picking up my phone and checking TikTok or some Snapchat story. I've noticed that I can actually focus on things that actually make me happy. TikTok doesn't make me happy. I don't really, I just watch it mindlessly because it distracts me from whatever else might be going on. But I've noticed that I can actually focus and actually do more things that make me happy, and I'm so much more productive. It truly is eye-opening, and I really recommend that you just put your phone down. Instead of doom scrolling, go do something that you like to do, or go, even if you just be bored, you just sit on your bed and, I don't know, just be bored for 5 minutes. You're not gonna die. It's not gonna ruin you. You'll be just fine. Just be bored for a moment. Or maybe you have been not doing something really important that you should have been doing for a long time. Maybe you need to clean your room, or you need to do a homework assignment that was due last week. Just put your phone down and just focus on something that makes you happy or that you need to get done. And you'll notice just how more productive you are when you don't constantly reach for the phone to distract yourself from what you need to do. Truly, it's amazing. And I think everyone should really just get off the phone. We're so addicted to phones. I go to the store and like I walk around, and half the people walking around in the store aren't looking around at the shelves or anything. They're just walking on their phone until they get to whatever aisle they need, whatever item they need. They're just texting or checking someone's Snapchat or even scrolling TikTok. I mean, or even like on our phones in the car. It's got like, we're not even paying attention when we're driving because we're so interested on what's going on in the online world or what's recently on the news or this or that. And like, you know, I feel like I'm saying a lot of the same stuff, but it's because I truly do think it benefits all of us to put technology down, get off social media, you know, and just live in the moment, because it's so eye-opening. You see everything for what it really is, and it truly gives you a different perspective on everything. And you know, I've been happier. I mean, maybe you have like a long distance boyfriend. That's my situation. So I'm on my phone often, like texting or calling them, and that's, you know, that can be, there's positive technology usage, and then there's mindless scrolling social media. So I'm not telling you to like never be on your phone. Like, you can text your friend or check in on your friend, or call your long distance friend, or whatever it is. Just don't make your phone an escape. Your phone shouldn't be something that you use to escape from the real world, because the online world is so addictive that you get trapped in it and you almost forget what the real world is like. So your phone should be a healthy piece of technology that helps you communicate and engage with people and learn things. It's a tool. Use it as one. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, I just got so focused on that freaking Enderman. But yeah, so that's just my opinion. It's just, you know, really take a step back and just reconnect with the real world, because so many of us are so disconnected. So just take a moment to reconnect with the real world. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. You know, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night or wherever it may be for you. And thank you for tuning in. I hope maybe this was insightful for you, or you can relate. Some of this helped you, or even if you can just relate and it helps you feel less alone. You know, we're all living in a world where technology is so common, and you know, social media, people are constantly talking about it. It's hard to not get sucked in. So I hope maybe this was helpful, and